Today, I'm diving into what to watch for with SoFi in the upcoming days and what factors might influence its volatility. We'll take a look at the bigger market trends that could impact SoFi's performance, some expected data releases, and how market sentiments are shaping up. Hello everyone, welcome to Daily Stock Update. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications by hitting the bell so you never miss any of our uploads, and also enter our giveaway. But before that, alert, this is not a financial advice video. SoFi recently hit a 52-week high, closing at 13.01. This growth marks a significant moment, especially as it gained over 20% just in the last 5 days alone. It's notable not only for SoFi's trajectory, but also because it signals broader market trends. Lately, Bitcoin has been soaring, which many see as an indicator of investor appetite for higher-risk, growth-oriented investments. This kind of sentiment often benefits stocks like SoFi, making it an exciting stock to follow this week. For investors in growth stocks, SoFi's recent performance is promising. As we move into this week, one factor to keep an eye on is the U.S. market closure on Monday, which historically leads to lower trading volumes. Lower volume can sometimes mean more volatility, which could create unique price shifts. This lower volume could make Tuesday a day of interest when markets fully reopen. In terms of market data, several important economic reports are scheduled to be released this week. First up, we'll hear from several Federal Reserve speakers on Tuesday. Following this, on Wednesday, the Consumer Price Index (CPI) report will be released, providing insight into inflation trends. The Producer Price Index (PPI) will follow, along with data on initial jobless claims and retail sales on Friday. Together, these reports give investors insights into inflation, employment, and consumer spending, all of which have broader implications for how companies like SoFi may perform as they reflect the overall economic health and consumer confidence. One interesting aspect to consider is how major players or big money in the market might react this week. When it comes to SoFi, we've seen signs of high interest from larger investors recently, particularly those who may view it as undervalued. Some experts argue that SoFi, alongside other growth stocks, is getting attention from big institutional investors ahead of the election cycle. For the current week, larger financial entities could play a key role in SoFi's movements. Many analysts think that major investments from large players are helping to sustain SoFi's upward trend and potentially even push it further. Turning to short sellers, these investors who bet against SoFi stock haven't fully shifted their stance yet. However, we did see some positions getting closed out last week. This could be a signal that even short sellers are starting to see potential in SoFi's growth, or at least adjusting to the stock's recent upward movement. As of now, around 16.5% of SoFi's available shares are held short, translating to roughly $2.5 billion in shorted shares. Despite some positions being closed, the stock's upward movement, especially if it climbs towards $14.50, may put pressure on those holding short positions. The potential for these investors to get margin-called increases as the stock rises, meaning they may be forced to cover their positions if SoFi continues its growth. Moving over to options, last Friday saw strong activity. There was $64 million in call options versus about $409 million puts. Roughly 58% of those options lean toward optimism and bullish expectations. Many investors appear to be expecting SoFi to reach the $15 mark or beyond. This surge in call options reflects a wider bullish outlook, especially as the call options are primarily bought with a positive sentiment towards SoFi's potential. For options traders, SoFi's November 8th options chain could be one to watch. As of last Friday, there were significant numbers of call options at key price points, especially at $11.50, $12, and $13. If SoFi stock moves within this range, it may prompt market makers to adjust their positions to cover these options, which could drive additional buying activity in the stock. Market makers might do this through call options with lower strike prices to ensure they meet obligations, which in turn could lead to a quick spike in the stock's price. SoFi's growth doesn't happen in isolation. A broader trend is also influencing investor behavior, with growth stocks currently in high demand among institutional investors. This demand, combined with favorable market conditions, is creating a sense of optimism for SoFi investors who have been waiting to see such positive momentum. Historically, SoFi has seen pullbacks after earnings or other major announcements, but recent performance suggests a longer upward trend could be on the horizon. For the first time in recent months, SoFi's rally feels sustained and backed by consistent buying. As for market transactions, there was a notable amount of after-hours activity on Friday. Large transactions above $100,000 are often seen as a positive indicator, suggesting interest from institutional investors. Many of these transactions seem aimed at building larger positions in SoFi. This continuous support from big players could keep the momentum going as we enter the new week. Finally, looking ahead, SoFi is being recognized more frequently in high-volume trades on platforms typically used by institutional investors, such as dark pools. These trading platforms often carry larger volumes and are preferred by big investors who want to trade without significantly impacting the stock's public price. This kind of interest could further boost SoFi's stock as large players quietly accumulate shares behind the scenes. With SoFi sitting at 1301, the next significant levels to watch for would be any upward movement towards the 1450 mark. If SoFi hits this range, it could act as a catalyst for more buying activity, adding to the positive trend we've seen so far. The general outlook seems favorable for SoFi as several factors align in its favor. From economic data releases and investor sentiment to broader market movements, all signs point toward an interesting week ahead for this stock. To sum up, SoFi's recent performance has inspired optimism, especially among growth-focused investors. As we approach this week, it will be interesting to watch how factors like lower trading volume, key economic data, and continued interest from larger investors may influence SoFi's price. Friends, that's all we have for you today. What is your opinion about today's video? Get involved and let us know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.